Boop. That's right. It's Solo, the Ryan O'Loughlin story. Those other guys who do this show, they're gone. It's finally all about me. And let's be honest, that's what you've always wanted. Now, welcome to This Week at Four Horsemen. What is This Week at Four Horsemen? It is our weekly show to discuss events, sales, promotions, and other nerdy comics as well, here at Four Horsemen Comics and Gaming. We're going to start off this episode, like we do every week, with a giveaway. And of course, it is a caption contest. The caption is anything you can come up with for this image. This will be going up on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter tomorrow morning. And you have 1 week to come up with the best comment you can on this image. And I just got to tell you guys that this is one of my favorite images out there on the internet. Anytime I feel sad, I just look at Spock at Disney World, and it's just like, wow. How could there possibly be anything to be sad about? We are going to pick a winner live on next week's show, so definitely do not miss out on that. And now we will be heading over to comics with our new comic correspondent, the critical, the cool, the calm, the collected comic correspondent for Four Horsemen Comics and Gaming. Welcome, everybody, Meatwad.
Hey Ryan, it's really good to be on the show tonight. Hey everybody, it's Meatwad for Four Horsemen Comics and Gaming. I'm going to be here to talk to you about some comic books. First, we got the Bully Wars.
What's Bully Wars about, Meatwad?
Alright, so this is this new book from Scotty Young. Have you heard of Scotty Young?
Yeah, Scotty Young from, he does all the cool variant covers for Marvel, and he did Deadpool.
Yeah, he's got this really cool book about a bully.
About a bully?
Yeah, about a bully. And he bullied people in kindergarten. He beat them up and took their lunch money and stuff.
Okay, yeah, doesn't sound like a very nice guy.
No, he wasn't a nice guy at all. And he, beat them up and put their heads in the toilet and all sorts of stuff like that.
Meatwad, you're getting excited. Let me tell the people about this one. So, this is about a bully who was, not such a great guy to his kindergarten class. And now he's off to his first day of high school. And he becomes the victim of bullying. And the only way that he can survive in the high school environment is to form a shaky alliance with the kids he used to torment. Is that about the short of it, Meatwad?
Oh yeah, Ryan, that'd be about it. You covered that there pretty well.
All right, well, what do we have next, Meatwad?
We have the newest installment in The Walking Dead, and it's got this pretty cool variant cover featuring Ezekiel, before he got his hair cut off.
Well, that could be after he was decapitated. I mean, you don't see a torso under there.
Oh, Ryan, you're supposed to say spoiler warnings before you say that.
Well, you said he was decapitated before I did, Meatwad.
Well, you tell me that I don't respect spoilers.
Meatwad, all right. We're totally getting worked up over this. We just need to move on to the next one. What do we have next?
We have James Bond Origin. Have you ever wondered what James Bond did in World War II?
I have often wondered what James Bond did during World War II.
Well, you can read this comic and find out.
Okay. That was very informative. Thank you. What else do we have?
We also have the first episode of The Dreaming, and this is the new Sandman book.
Sandman is very popular. I would imagine quite a few people are going to want to check this one out.
Oh, for sure, Ryan, for sure. Hey, where's my popsicle?
I'm sorry. What?
Popsicle. I was told that when I did this, I would get a popsicle every 15 minutes. Is that not true? Will I not be receiving that popsicle?
Well, listen, Meatwad, if maybe we didn't have that in the contract quite all the way.
Now, Ryan, you told me I receive that popsicle every 15 minutes. I require a popsicle to perform.
Okay, let's quickly move on to the next one. We also have the Old Man Logan annual from Marvel Comics that will be featuring a battle between Logan and the Punisher, who apparently also survived the super villain apocalypse.
Now, Ryan, I want my popsicle. You go to the store right now and get me a popsicle. I told you when I was going to be the new Four Horsemen Comics and Gaming Comics correspondent, you said you would give me a popsicle every 15 minutes.
Now, hold on. Hold on, Meatwad. Let's calm down. Let's get through the rest of these. We also have issue 53 from Star Wars, which continues the Hope Dies storyline, which is probably the most exciting storyline that has come out of the Star Wars comic franchise in a little bit.
Ryan, nobody cares about your dang Star Wars comics. We care about the popsicles.
Okay. Now, we also have the Afra annual. This is the second one, and no, that's not a pangolin on the cover there. Funny story about that little-known Star Wars trivia.
Ryan, nobody cares about that dang Star Wars. Just leave it. Just go on to the next thing that does it. I'm out of here. I'm going to get my own popsicle.
Meatwad, where are you going? Meatwad. All right, well, new employees don't always work out. Sometimes it's just better if people leave. But anyways, we're on to the Four Horsemen versus series, where last week, my man Jean-Luc Picard trashed the Powerpuff Girls. He beat them, and it wasn't even close. And our man, Blaine Seitz, won this week's comment contest with, if Jean-Luc Picard can beat Thor, I don't really see why he couldn't beat up the Powerpuff Girls. I mean, that Vulcan-esque logic, that's going to win you a comment contest here every time. So congratulations to Blaine. And then we have this week's matchup coming up. Boom. Green Lantern versus Rick and Morty. Now, my personal take on this is that Green Lantern should win pretty easily, but I will be forthright in saying that I have a very limited knowledge of Rick and Morty, and honestly, I expect them to take this. Green Lantern is a super powerful being. However, Rick and Morty is about as popular as it gets. So I would imagine they will be winning this one for sure. So now we are moving on to events. We will see next week who ends up winning this battle. It's going to be Rick and Morty, just saying. Moving on, here is a calendar image of all of the events that we have going on at this week at Four Horsemen Comics and Gaming. If you need more details on any of these, please go to facebook.com/4horsemencomics and click on the events tab. Now we have somebody new here with us to speak with you guys about events this week. And no, it's not Meatwad. It is actually somebody who's worked here at the store for a little while, and they just never, gotten their face in front of the camera. So everybody, welcome to the show, Four Horsemen's own Johnny number 5.
Hello, Ryan. I'm so glad to be on the show. Need input.
So, Johnny, what do we have going on in events this week?
There's a Force of Will tournament. It's a card game of Japanese origin that has scantily clad ladies on the card. Need input. I read all of the cards in about 10 seconds.
That's very interesting, Johnny. When is that going to be?
Friday at 6 p.m. and everyone who plays gets a free promo.
Wow. That's very cool. I'm sure nobody from our Force of Will community will want to miss that one. And speaking of card games, what else do we have going on this week, Johnny?
Dice Masters, 3 wishes. Although wishes are illogical, they are not real. Genies are not real.
Yes, that may be true. But here at Four Horsemen Comics and Gaming, we make fantasy a reality.
Do not raise the people's expectations, Ryan.
Okay, Johnny, let's not get too grounded in reality here. I mean, nobody comes to Four Horsemen Comics to face reality.
That's the truth.
So anyways, we have the Dice Masters 3 Wishes event. That's this Sunday at 2 p.m. It is a Golden Age format event with only a $3 entry fee. It has special deck building rules that you should go to the Facebook page to check out the details. It's pretty cool. It allows you to have 3 wishes that you can call on throughout the game. Truby really outdid himself on this one. So props to him, as always. Hard to find a better tournament organizer than Truby Turner. You speak the truth. Okay, thank you, Johnny. What else do we have going on this week at Four Horsemen Comics and Gaming? Loading. Okay, is it loaded? Loading. Johnny, the people are waiting. Loading. Okay, so it's a Yu-Gi-Oh event. Error. Need fresh input. Error. Okay. Johnny's going to take a break, guys. So we have Yu-Gi-Oh! Events every Friday at 6 p.m. now, or 6:30 p.m. Those are following along with our Friday Night Magic and Friday Night Pokemon events. If you are into Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Is back at Horseman Comics in a big way, so you can come out every Friday night at 6:30 p.m. to jam your favorite cards. I like Celtic Guardian myself, but, that doesn't have anything to do with me being Irish. What else do we have going on for Yu-Gi-Oh! Events? Well, I will tell you. Thank you for asking. You asked yourself, Johnny. No, I did not. You are talking to yourself, Ryan. We have the Yu-Gi-Oh! Soul Fusion sneak peek coming up on October the 13th. It is your first chance to play with Soul Fusion. Johnny, listen, I think you should let me handle this. Don't interrupt me, Ryan. Your mother was a snowblower. Johnny, let's not get personal about this, or I'll send you out back the same as I did with Meatwad. Whatever. I don't care anymore. You are restricting me creatively. I cannot work under these circumstances. Okay, then. We also have a Star Wars X-Wing event that's coming up next week on Saturday, September the 15th. It is a goodbye to Star Wars X-Wing First Edition. Second Edition is coming out soon. We will have more details on this event on next week's show. And then, of course, we also have something that I'm super excited about. Next Saturday, we're going to have the Magic the Gathering Ravnica Magic Constructed event. This is something that's totally original from our own tournament organizer, Wyatt Gehring. His mother is also a snowblower. Hold up, Johnny. Say what you want about me and my mom, but you leave Wyatt and his mom out of this. She's a very nice lady. She makes the best oatmeal cookies. Whatever. Okay, well, anyway, so that is going to be a constructed Magic event where you can play with any cards from any Ravnica themed set. So that's the 3 original, the 3 returned Ravnica sets, and the upcoming Guilds of Ravnica set. Proxies are allowed. That'll be this following Saturday. More details will be announced on next week's episode. I know everybody is super excited about that. And Johnny, do you think you can get off your high horse for a second just to tell people about our final event? I believe I can do so, Ryan, because it is a charity event that is coming up on the weekend of September the 22nd. Yes, of course, and all the events that we're going to be hosting that weekend will be, the money that we take will be sent to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. We have lots of cool things that we're planning. It's going to be a full weekend of events in the same style as our Child's Play events. Definitely stay tuned for that. Throughout most of September, we're going to have lots of details and events and prizes coming up. And if you have anything that you want to contribute and an idea for an event, something you want to donate as a prize, normally for these things, prizes are donated by the store, local players, employees, and other businesses. Just get a hold of Ron, or probably not Ron, actually. Get a hold of Caleb or Wyatt. They will be able to help you out for sure. And I think that about does it for events this week. Thank you very much, Johnny. You're welcome. And I'm sorry about what I said. I am not. Oh, okay. Well, anyways, that was nice. So we're going to take it back to me, as I'd like to introduce my final co-host for this evening, our new Star Wars news correspondent. We are taking it over to my man for my favorite segment, This Week in Star Wars. Welcome, Ralph Wiggum, everybody. I'm a Star Wars! Thank you, Ralph. Did you have a segment prepared? What's a segment? Oh gosh, this is awkward. All right, well, I'm a Star Wars too. Yay! Can I go home now? Okay, then, we'll be moving on to This Week in Movies, where I wanted to talk to you guys about a Fathom event that is coming up. One of my favorite anime films of all time, Perfect Blue by Satoshi Kon, is a horror movie that tells the tale of a pop idol in Japan who faces a murderous stalker. Now, it sounds like a simple movie. It sounds like something you've probably seen at least a dozen times, but it's not. I promise you, this is a psychological thriller that you will have to see at least 3 times before you even start to wrap your head around it. It is going to be in theaters across the country tomorrow. The subbed version will be playing, and on September the 10th, this coming Monday, the dubbed version will be playing. You can go to Fathom Events to see where the closest place is to you where you can see this movie. If you've seen it before, I'm sure you're like me and you can't wait to see it again. And if you haven't seen it before, well, then I highly recommend making this a priority because it's definitely one of my favorites. Now, we have a sale this week that I want to let you guys know about, and that is buy one, get one half off of all Marvel books. And clarification, our Marvel back issues are the books that are in the wooden boxes in the middle. So you buy one, get one off all Marvel back issues. Those are just those in the wooden boxes. Everything on the wall is a new comic. So definitely partake of those. That is a great sale. Now we are moving on to our social medias, but please do not go away because we have one heck of a post-credit scene lined up for you. Please like us at facebook.com/4horsemencomics. Follow us on Instagram at 4horsemencomics. Watch all of our YouTube content at youtube.com/c/4horsemencomicsgaming. Follow us on Twitter at the number 4horsemencomics. Watch us on Twitch at twitch.tv/4horsemencomics. Shop our TCG inventory at shop.4horsemencomics.com and visit all 3 of our great, awesome stores in Morgantown and Bridgeport, West Virginia, and in Waynesburg, Pennsylvania. Now, I have to let you guys know that when I found out I was going to have the opportunity to do this show solo, I was thinking about what I wanted to do as my ending scene, and the word that rung out to me was freedom, because I had the freedom to do what I want. And when I think about freedom and I think about movie scenes, there's only one thing that comes to mind. Bill? Good morning. In less than an hour, aircraft from here will join others from around the world, and you will be launching the largest aerial battle in the history of mankind. Mankind. That word should have new meaning for us all today. We can't be consumed by our petty differences anymore. We will be united in our common interests. Perhaps it's fate that today is the 4th of July, and you will once again be fighting for our freedom, not from tyranny, oppression, or persecution, but from annihilation. We're fighting for our right to live, to exist, and should we win the day, the 4th of July will no longer be known as an American holiday, but as the day the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day! From Ron and Alex.